How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Today we have a pretty good video I think you guys are going to really like. It's on a digital microscope. Just a small little thing before I get started on this video. I want to let you know a lot of people have been getting in contact with me by email wanting me to do product reviews. I'm not really crazy about doing product reviews, especially if it's a piece of junk. I'm not going to sit here and review something that's not worth a review. If I do a review, it's going to be well worth the review. So, and I think a lot of them people, when I get something or they email me and I see it and I like it, it's interesting, I'll let them know if it's junk, I'm going to review it as junk. You're not going to get me to review it as something good when it's not. I will not do that to my viewers. So, back to the digital microscope. This is a Tomlov 7-inch digital microscope. It's an LCD microscope. It's got the model number on it, DM201. We're going to be doing just a little demonstration with this thing on how it works. Now, I don't know 100% on how this thing works. We've been working on the barndominium. We're doing the new Homestead build. So there's a lot going on right now, but you know what? It's cold and it's a Monday afternoon. I'm going to take a break today. I figured we'd look at some coins. One of the things I really like to do is I love to metal detect, and I love looking at coins. You know, in our own change, just in our pocket, there's coins in there that are worth a lot of money. We just don't know how to find them. And a lot of people don't take the time to look at them to see if you have a double stamped coin. There's a lot of things that people just don't know. And they go on and you never see them again. They get back into circulation. So let's get to the microscope and check this thing out. I think you guys are really going to like this, especially if you're dealing with coins or you're dealing with gold and silver for the small marks on them. This thing is crazy cool. Let's check out the camera. I'm going to pause on some of the specifications here so you guys could go over this. This thing has a great zoom on it. You're going to be amazed to see this thing work. I'm really happy with it. This is the box that it came in. It's actually boxed very well. The model number and everything, right there is what we're working with. This thing is crazy, and one nice thing about this thing, it doesn't have to be hooked to your computer, but you can hook it to your computer. You can hook this thing right up to the computer, and it will take pictures, do videos, freeze frame. It'll do all types of stuff, which is crazy. I haven't had the time to really go over this thing to see all the different things that this will do. It's so cool. So that's what your microscope looks like. It's very easy to put together, not hard at all. It does have an extension for this piece back here. This here, you can extend it up with this. Use this to extend the microscope higher. That way, if you have something bigger and you want to see something smaller, you know, up close, if it's too big to fit underneath it here, you put the extension on it, which is pretty cool. So let's get to turning this guy on, and we're going to look at a few coins and show you how well this thing works. Okay, the only thing you have to do is push the power button. Hold in for a second. Not a whole lot to this thing. I think you guys are going to like this. What we're going to do, we're going to start off with a new penny, and I'm just going to stick it up underneath it here and show you what that penny looks like. Now, it's not real bright right now, but if you come down here, it has a little slide back here, and you can turn the lights on, and you can adjust it how bright by just sliding your finger across there and making it as bright as you want it, which is pretty cool. I love this thing. It's so nice. Now, as you can see, how much brighter. Let me see if I get it. Okay, now you can see a lot brighter, how much brighter that coin looks. Look how crisp that view is. Now, let's say I wanted to zoom in on something here. say the date itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the date up here more closer to the center, about right in there somewhere. I think that looks pretty good. Then down here I'm going to push this button right here. Now there is our date. Now that's about as far as it's going to go in. Now you got to be real careful when you move these things, because it will literally move right off the page here. Okay, now you can see how crisp that 2016 date is, which is really neat. Now if you want to zoom back out, all you'd have to do is just push this button. Takes your coin back out to where it was. Now let's do, I want to make sure I got a good view of that coin. Let's do another coin. Let's get a newer quarter. Here we have a quarter. Now if for some reason this quarter would not, you wanted to see more of this quarter, let's see, I don't know if I can adjust, let me see how much I can adjust this up. So there's a crank in the back here. Let me show you. Right back here is a crank. You can adjust this up all the way, and then there's a knob on the back to tighten it up. Right here. You could just tighten that little knob up. And that'll hold your quarter into place. I hope this is coming in as clear as I can see it. Honestly, I don't know if my video is actually going to give this microscope any justice as well as it works. Like right now, this is something my father would have went nuts. He would have just loved this thing. I think he would probably had to have a couple of them, because he was always looking through coins. Him and I always had a bond with coins. We did a lot of looking at coins, looking for mistakes and double dies and that type of stuff. I know when I turned 40, I couldn't really see very good, so I had to get glasses, and then it all kind of went downhill. But with something like this, I don't need even my glasses to see this. So there's a quarter, and like I said, if you want to zoom, now if you need to focus this thing, alright, now let's say your coin, when you turn it on, it looks like this. What you want to do is, right here is a knob. This long tube is a knob, and all you have to do is twist it one way or the other and focus in your coin. Let's see, it looks worse there. Let's see if it gets any better. Look at that. Look how crisp. Let's go back a little bit. Now if we want to zoom in, okay, so let's just take "In God We Trust" and we'll zoom in on just that. Now this is going to be hard because I'm going to have to move it around so it'll be in the middle of the microscope. That's how big this thing is. And you can see if I barely move it, we can literally see the lines all the way around that, which is so nice. I'm telling you, if you're having a hard time seeing your coins, the dates and stuff, this is definitely the tool to have. Okay, let's take this, let's zoom this thing out. Now I do wish that I knew every feature on this thing. I think you guys are going to enjoy this thing. This thing will record. You can record what you're looking at. Yeah, you can put it on your computer. It has a small SD card, a very small SD card in it. And you can save that for a later time for someone else to look at it, or you can send it to them. So let's take an old coin. Now some of these coins here are coins that I had found when I was out metal detecting. And you know, the dates were a little harder to see, which I have a hard time seeing that without the microscope. So as you can see, that's a 1965. Now we have something right here. Let's see if we can get a little focus on that guy and go in a little more. I can't tell what that is right there. I can't tell that, but definitely
do a little more focus. It's about as crisp as I'm going to get it. Now, I really can't tell what that is, the mint mark, but I can tell that that's 1965. So let's zoom out on this. We're going to get a couple more because I really like going through these old coins, looking at the dates on them. Let's see. Here is a nickel. This is a Buffalo nickel I found about 10 years ago. And I know the date is very, very hard to see. So let's try to get it in focus there a little bit. And I found this in a culvert. I was weed whacking a lady's along the road, and this rolled up out of the ground. That looks to me like a 1918. That's going to be a 1918 Buffalo nickel. This is the Indian head Buffalo nickel. That was found, like I said, along the road in a culvert, which was pretty cool. We'll take a look at the back of them and see the buffalo. And like I said, some of these coins are not worth, you know, whatever they're printed on there, but it's cool to really look at the old coins and to be able to see everything on them. It makes it really nice. So let's get something else in there. The one thing I have most of is a wheat penny. Wheat pennies. I have so many wheat pennies. I have thousands and thousands of them. That's never been in well, not circulation. They've been in circulation, but they have never been gone through to see, you know, if there's any defects in them. I'm just going to move that light around a little bit so they get a little better picture here. Get that out of the way. See these little lights down here? You can bend them. They're just flexible. You can bend them. So what I'm doing is I'm bending it to where it hits the coin, but not in my way here. It's like little flashlights. Now I noticed I have to keep these guys plugged in. I have to keep these guys plugged in, but this up here will charge, and it'll last about 3 hours, it says. So we got a little bit better light on that, I think. A little bit better. Actually move this one back a little bit too. Now, like I said, I don't honestly think that my camera work here and what you're seeing is doing it any justice. It's much, much clearer. Now, as we can see, that's a 1952 penny. No, don't look like any mistakes on that. No double. Mostly I would look for double stamps. That's mainly what I would look for. And there's no issues with that. I'm going to try to focus in a little bit. See, my camera is actually getting a glare off of the camera, this lens. I'm getting a little bit of a glare off of that in there. But try to get a good picture of it. Look how clear. So any of you guys that are out there collecting coins and you're wanting to see mistakes, you're wanting to know what the dates are. Let's see, we got an old one here. This is one that I probably could never see that anyhow. I don't know what the date is. I'd like for it to be a 1943 copper, but I'm sure it's not. Nope. What's really neat is I can see that even without zooming in on it. It's a 1945. But like I said, if we wanted to make it bigger, we could really... Let's get it back down in the center here. And then we can focus on that and see clearly that that's a 1945. 1945 wheat penny. Awesome. The one is almost missing. I mean, it's there, but it's barely. That's an old coin I probably dug out of the ground. Let's look at another one. Here's the one that Julie found at here is the coin that Julie found. Let's zoom this guy out. This is the one she found over at the Rusty Rooster on the ground. The that's the 1875. That's a silver dime. Nice. See if I can get a better focus. Oh yeah, look at that. And you can, now that we see it in the microscope, I'm trying to move this microscope so you got, or the camera, so it doesn't leave such a glare on the screen. Because when you see it, you're seeing a glare on it. Me, I'm seeing it clear. But I could actually see the scratches where we were, moving the dirt around. This coin was moved around a good bit over there because we had skid loaders over there and they were brushing the ground, scraping the ground. And now you can I can literally see the scratches in that dime from where we moved it. Let me get it flipped over. I think there's some bigger scratches on the back side. Yeah, look at the scratches on that thing. You can see how it's been all scratched up. So this is, like I said, this is something that if you guys are out there metal detecting and you're looking for something to be able to see them coins really good, this is a tool to have right here. Especially some of the silver. You know, when you're looking at silver and stuff, silver is kind of hard to see the marking on them. You know, they'll have 925 925 marked on them, and that's sometimes hard to see, or sterling, so. But something like this gives you such a better view of what you're looking at. I mean, it's unreal how nice and clear this thing is. So I think what I'm going to do for most of the afternoon, I'm going to sit around here and I'm just going to go through some coins, and I think I'm going to relax a little bit. So if you guys are interested in this microscope, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Amazon link. You can pick one of these guys up and you can see exactly what I'm seeing. I just wish that I could show you more. There's so much more to this. I'm going to take this away, this coin, and I'm going to hit menu. Now you can do a good bit with this thing. Let's see. See, this has playback. This you can adjust the colors. You can do a lot of stuff. The brightness, the magnifying. There's so much sharpness. There's so much you can do with this thing. I haven't had the time to sit down and learn this thing, but I am going to, because this is something I really enjoy, and I think you will too. And like I said, we can hook this to the computer. We can hook it to the computer and be able to run it through our computer. It has USB ports on it for that. Right here in the back. Everything's, whatever you need is going to be right in here. Trying to get it to focus a little bit for us. That's got output jack on there, HD. USB, and this is where your little micro SD card goes in right here. You also could take pictures and just stick it right into your computer and work it off of there. When you go to put this thing together, it's really simple to put together. It comes in the box in a few pieces, but it's very easy. You won't have no issues putting it together. And if you do, just get a hold of me. Now this has a USB port down here too. Not sure what all that's for, but I'm sure I will do another video on this at a later time. But like I said, right now the whole thing is Julie and I are building a homestead, and man, it is rough trying to get anything else done. One more look at this coin. I think as far as the light goes, it doesn't look really bright to you, but to me, I think the light is really good on this. Some of the microscopes you get just don't have enough light, but with the light inside of your microscope and then the 2 extra lights shooting down on this, I do honestly think that my dad wouldn't have had a hard time at all seeing these dates and seeing if there was any mistakes in it. So I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. If y'all are interested in one of these, check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. This is the model DM201 Tomlov 7-inch digital LCD microscope. Like I said, once I get this figured out more, I am going to do a better video than this, and you'll know a lot more about it. So I would like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.